That's why we created Tuition Cap. It's a program that sets the maximum amount you'll pay for college. Once you meet the cap, the rest of your degree is free. That's right, free. That's a 33% savings off the full tuition. It's all part of our promise to make college more affordable. Learn how you can save with Kaplan University's Tuition Cap program at save.kaplan.edu.
Shot to death in broad daylight over a basketball. A very troubling investigation in Prince George's County.
Police say a basketball hit a man's car in Landover Hills this afternoon, and the confrontation that happened just moments later ended in the death of a man with special needs.
There are a lot of unanswered questions tonight involved in this. The most troubling, though, is that the shooter in this case is still out there. Richard Reeve now joins us with the disturbing details, and you hear a story like this, it just makes you sick to hear this one, Rich.
Jonathan, it does. The victim walking toward this recreation center with 3 others, but he never made it here. Instead, he was gunned down after an argument. All he wanted to do was to play some basketball.
Police say it was a basketball brushing up against a car.
They don't understand they're taking away a life.
That sparked off a fatal shooting here along Greenville Parkway.
When I see the noise, like do it like a plan.
Jose Echeria heard the gunshots around 1:20 Wednesday afternoon.
A senseless homicide.
Police say a man in his early 20s, a special needs individual who lives at a nearby group home, was walking to this basketball court with 3 others when their ball came in contact with the man's car. Words were exchanged, and then
Apparently, the individual in the car retrieves a weapon and shoots this person a number of times.
Police say a man who was with the gunman in his car or was on a nearby sidewalk jumped into action.
We also believe that individual came down the hill to try to render aid to this individual who was shot.
Investigators say that man and the shooter, hearing police sirens, took off. The man died at the hospital.
The ball didn't hurt the car. So why are you going to take somebody's life on account of the ball hitting a car?
There's so many pointless killings going on out in this world right now.
Police hope the person who tried to render aid will come forward.
This is senseless, this is pointless, but that individual knows who this person is.
Police have not released identities of anyone involved, but they very much would like to speak to that person who tried to come to the victim's aid. Live in Landover Hills, Richard Reeve, ABC 7 News.
Rich, thank you. You know, this case is now the 3rd killing in Prince George's County in just a matter of days. Tonight, police have made an arrest. A guy who was arrested from Monday's murder that took place in Adelphi. Stephen Nurse, the guy you see there in the picture, he's charged with murdering his ex-girlfriend, Ashley Solano. She was found dead in a laundry room at a condo complex. The motive in that case still under investigation. And tonight, canvassing for clues in yet a 3rd killing. Last night, Darrell Walker shot to death along Walker Mill Road in Capitol Heights. Police are trying to figure out the motive in this case. They're also trying to find the person who pulled the trigger. If you have any information, the police would like to talk to you, and they are offering a $25,000 reward.
Well, new at 11 tonight, a teacher's aide arrested for selling marijuana to a middle school student in Arlington. Police are accusing Zachary Van Dyke of smoking weed with a 13-year-old at his home. And now police want to know if this has happened more than once. Jay Korf is live with the investigation that's happening right now. Jay?
Yeah, Allison, this is where it all began last Friday. According to authorities, they say that this teacher picked up the student here after school, drove him to his house, which isn't far from here, and they allege they both smoked weed.
Arlington County parents, students, and athletes may recognize this person. It's the mugshot of Zachary Van Dyke. The 32-year-old coached freshman basketball at Washington Lee High School and was a teaching assistant at Gunston Middle School. Police allege that after school last Friday, Van Dyke picked up a 13-year-old male student and drove that child to his home in Arlington, where the pair smoked marijuana. Authorities say Van Dyke also sold the child pot and then returned him to school.
So the parent found marijuana within the juvenile victim's possessions, and when they found that, they ended up reporting it to the police department.
It's very alarming, I can tell you that much. It's shocking, actually. People you trust with your kids, you wouldn't think anything like that would happen.
Gunston parent Whitney Grant says she's concerned on 2 fronts.
Minus the illegal activity, just taking the kid away from the school, that's too much. That's scary.
Police say while there is no evidence to indicate that Van Dyke harmed the child, they are looking into whether Van Dyke had similar